Hey Gypsies, this is Joy, and I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading today. This is going to be a fun one. It is going to be about your next relationship. This is a timeless pick a card. We're going to be looking at a pretty detailed look at this person. We're going to look at their appearance. We'll look at what their initials could be. And we're also going to look at where they are right now in their life, emotionally. We're also going to look at hidden and non-hidden personality traits. This is something important to know. You will have three pouches to choose from. The first is this Beech tree fairy. The next one is the winter Aconite fairy. And the last one is the Jack Go to Bed at Noon fairy. I love that one. So I just also wanted to mention that a relationship does not make you whole. So you are just as wonderful and lovely by yourself as with a relationship. So please know that. Also, don't put your life on hold trying to locate this specific person. Okay, please don't do that. Okay, so I also wanted to say thank you for viewing my channel, for becoming a subscriber, for checking me out. I really appreciate it. Can't do this without you. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Hi Gypsies, this is Joy. We're doing a pick a card about your next relationship. This is timeless. We're looking at the person's appearance. We're going to look at their initials. We're going to look at hidden and unhidden aspects of themselves. And I'm also going to be doing a channeled part of this reading as well, so we can get a good idea anything that comes in. So you are group 1, and you chose the Beech tree fairy. Isn't he cute? Green and brown. He looks like the forest. So let's go ahead and check out what's inside our pouch. Okay. All right. Now, first of all, I bet this is a jade. Isn't that pretty? This yellow. I bet that's a yellow jade, but let's check this out. B7. Okay, so this is a yellow jade associated with fire energy, which is oriented to identity, ego, and self-definition. Okay, so that's interesting. That gives you sort of a feeling for this person that's coming in for your next relationship. All right, let me look at this other. Oh, I'm getting a feeling too. Do you see this? It looks like a woman in profile, an old-fashioned woman. It feels like this person holds their mother in high self-esteem or high esteem. Okay, they love their mother. Okay, you know what else I'm feeling like with this person? Do you see this bead? It's a long kind of bead. It has a sort of an iridescence to it. This person feels like they love nature, they love the beach, they love outside. And I'm feeling too with this person, you know how they love their mother, right? Well, I'm feeling with this right here, this is all about their childhood and how they see it, and how I've got a feeling that their mother really, oh, and I'm seeing that too with the card. Okay, the mother really considered them the golden child, and told them that they were the best thing since sliced bread. Have you ever heard of that expression? Do you see this? That might be too bright. Okay, so this is the emperor, and this is a figure that looks like a king or something on a throne. Okay, so I am so feeling with this person that that's definitely maybe what he thinks of himself too on this throne. And this person might be a handful, a little bit of a handful. because they are used to getting their own way, especially if they're young and they're just moving out of their house. They are used to this mother, the mother figure, sort of telling them that they're the best and letting them have their way a lot. So you've got to decide with this person, it sounds like, if you're going to let them have their way like they did with their mother, or if you're going to sort of step up to the plate and say, no. And that's up to you. That's going to be totally up to you how you want this relationship to sort of progress, okay? So right now, let me go ahead and do a channel, see what comes in about this person, okay? Okay, this is crazy, but I saw a hamburger bun, and then I saw how it correlated with the Burger King. King is the operative. They keep sort of throwing that in there. King, king, king. He does, or I shouldn't say he, this person does think of themselves as the king. Now, this may be an unconscious kind of thing. It probably is unconscious. I mean, not many people think of themselves as a king, but they will be very surprised if you challenge them because they're just not going to be used to that. And it may be that you can handle this kind of relationship much better if you are kind but firm and let them know what your boundaries are. Boundaries are lines that you sort of set. They're sort of like sticking your foot in the sand and creating a line and saying, you can't cross this. So an example of boundaries would be, don't ever use profanity in an argument at me. Okay, that's a boundary. Or don't ever go in my purse unless I ask you to. That's a boundary. Don't ever disrespect my mother. And that's a boundary. Okay. So, but the thing about a boundary is when you establish that boundary, you need to be willing to back it up. So if they cross the boundary and they do use profanity at you in an argument, you step up to the plate and you say, okay, you crossed my boundary, and now this is what's going to happen. Okay, you've got to be willing to do that. Otherwise, they'll not consider it a boundary and they'll step over it again and again and again because they'll be like, well, what are you going to do about it? So, that's just something to think about. This is not a bad person. Okay, I really don't want to imply that at all. And it's not their fault that maybe the mother let them get away with murder or something. But because this person comes across as, I'm feeling like they're very creative, they're very smart, and they're very engaging, and people really like them when they meet them. They just know how to handle people, okay? But maybe when you're with this person alone, that's when some of these kind of characteristics come out that aren't so attractive, where they're maybe a little bit selfish. They feel like they just need to get their own way. And by the way, this was also in the pouch. Do you see this sparkly little royalty kind of piece of jewelry? That's like the perfect thing in this pouch for them. So, okay, so let's look at where they are right now. Triumph. Do you see that? The Triumph card. And boy, that really feels like that's them. It feels like they're in a situation right now where it's either at work or this feels like a work kind of thing where they really got what they wanted to and they're like, yes! So this person is riding high right now. They're really, really riding high, which is great. So let's look at something that you're going to see that's very apparent when you meet this person, okay? The High Priestess, but this is upside down. The feeling I'm getting with this High Priestess, because it is upside down, I'm feeling like this person tends to be very much in the 3D realm, okay? They're very interested with money, clothes, position, things like that. And they may look down a little bit on spirituality, on spiritual people. So that's something that you're going to notice. If you do consider yourself very spiritual, they might tease you a little bit about that. So you've got to decide if you sort of stand up for yourself and say something like, I am very proud of myself and proud of my intuitive abilities, and I would appreciate that if you have demeaning comments about that you keep it to yourself, or something like that. You know what I mean? Stick up for yourself. So if you are a spiritual kind of person. Now let's look at something that's hidden that you might not notice unless you were with this person for a while, okay? So, Seven of Pentacles. This is upside down too. Seven of Pentacles. I had mentioned before that this person is very 3D. Even though they may be an intuitive kind of person, they're totally disregarding that part of themselves, and they are concerned a lot with money and position and power. And so it may be that they start considering money more important than a relationship or a person. So that's something that you may find out, and you might want to really watch this. Now, I don't mean to imply that this person is going to be terrible and all that. I don't at all. They're going to be a lot of fun to be around. They will open doors for you just because they know how to interact with people. People want to be around them. They're proud of them. So this person would be a blast to be around and to network. Maybe there's a lot of people that they know that will help you. So this can be a next relationship, but it doesn't have to be long term if you decide that it should not be. Or it can be. I mean, if you are strong enough to set your boundaries with this kind of person, and if they're willing to maybe make a few tweaks, changes, this could work out really great. So let's look at some of the aspects of their appearance. Oh, behind, they've got a cute little butt. Okay. Oh, and that's interesting too. It's the way they walk. It's the confidence. And they've got freckles too. It's cute. All right. So let me go ahead and look at initials for this person. Okay. All right. I'm getting strong for the first letter of their initials. I'm getting N. And for some of you, S and M. N, S, and M for the first initial. Now let's look at their last initial. P, A, F. Okay. P, A, F, N, S, M. Okay, so those will be initials. Okay, this sounds like a really, really great person. Just keep in mind that maybe if you know you don't have strong boundaries, if you're not really good about sticking up for yourself, this may give you pause, because this sounds like somebody that you need to make sure that they understand that you have boundaries, and they're going to respect you for that as well, because maybe there's not many people that will be honest with them, okay? And maybe they'll appreciate that. So this sounds like a real hard charger, somebody really, really fun to be with, very intelligent, smart, good looking, people like them. So what's not to like? All right, so thank you, Gypsies. Appreciate it. Bye. Hi, Gypsies. This is Joy. You are group 2, and you chose the winner, Aconite Fairy. Isn't he adorable? The little baby. So this pick a card reading is timeless. It's going to be about your next relationship. We're going to look at the appearance of this person. We're going to look at hidden and unhidden qualities about them, where they are emotionally right now, which is always a good thing. We're going to look at their initials, and then we're also, I'm going to be doing a channel part of this reading too, so I can get whatever we can get that way. So let's go ahead and pull out what is in the pouch. And then, let's see. Now, first of all, oh, this is pretty. This is E5. I think that's a picture jasper. I think so, but let me just check. That is a picture jasper, and it is a powerful grounding stone that promotes connection to the earth. Some view this stone as a direct message from the earth itself. You know, with getting that kind of stone, let me reserve my judgment, but I'm sort of feeling like this person is an outdoorsy person, and they have a strong affinity for the earth. They care a lot about the earth. All right. So let's go ahead and start the channel, okay? That's interesting. I saw large grains of sand, but maybe they looked large just because they were so up close. And then I saw somebody's face on the sand, and then the sand stuck to their face. And then I saw a man who had a young man. He was probably in his 20s, late 20s, but he had dark brown hair that was sticking up like in a crew cut kind of style, and he, from the depths of him he's like, "Whoa!" I mean, I could feel the power. And then I did have a feeling that some people around him thought he was odd, but he was somebody that was really true to himself. He wasn't trying to please everyone, and that, I respect that, because sometimes it's when you know somebody, when you know you have an unpopular opinion, sometimes it's hard to stick up for it. It's a lot easier to go along with the crowd and say, oh yeah, that's right, it's not really that important, but it is important to you, you know? So somebody like this, I have a lot of respect for. Okay, let's go ahead and, oh, he has a big heart. They have a big heart. And do you see how it's etched? They've had pain in their life, but it's just made their heart more powerful and strong. And they wear their heart on their sleeve. They let you know that, oh my gosh, and another heart. They let you know what they're feeling, their emotions. Do you see that? Another heart. This feels more romantic. This feels like robust. Ooh, excuse me. This feels like robust and just like, you know, for everyone. This right here, this is like a for humanity heart. This is a romantic love kind of heart. That's what I'm feeling anyway. Um, yeah. Well, and you know, this right here, do you see how big and chunky this is? This feels like that person. They don't do anything by half measure. They're just like, bam! Sometimes that can be frustrating because you sort of wish they weren't so principled. Because, like, for instance, they will not use plastic forks and knives. They will not, because that's bad for the environment to put in the landfill and all that, right? And so sometimes that can be sort of a pain. But sometimes you're like, wow, that's really pretty cool, right? So a double-edged sword with everything. All right. Let's look at where they stand right now, okay? Intuition. Yeah. This feels like, and do you see this disc right here? It's also very, very dark and firm. This feels like them. This person is larger than life, okay? Larger than life. And they're somebody that you don't have to worry about if they're really in love with you. They will stick by you. They will stick up for you. Now, one thing that can be said about them is, because they are so concerned about Mother Earth and all that, sometimes you can feel like you're taking a back seat. But if you are also of the same mind as this person, this can be a great partnership, okay? All right, so let's look at an aspect of this person that you'll be able to readily see, okay? Page of Wands. Now this is upside down. They will jump in, and you could even say impulsively, without even really going through what could happen to them. Like, for instance, they would just jump in the water to save a drowning bird, and there might be sharks all around the water, but they don't care. They're jumping in. So that's something to think about, okay? Now, this is a shadow side of their personality that you might not see, or you might not see for a while, okay? Page of Cups, and this is upside down. Now, it's interesting that this person got 2 pages and they were both upside down, okay? This is all about, you know, learning, and this person tends to have because this is upside down, their personality is a little restless, and if they're not ready yet to settle down, you might just pay attention. It's not to say that this person is a terrible match. This can be somebody that will really inspire you, but just know that they consider this environmental issue very, very strongly. And at least for some of you, this might be a case where they just want change. They want it immediately. They're impatient, and they may do a direct turn that you're not expecting, and it will just be like, what just happened? So just know that with these pages, especially if they tend to be a younger person. Well, to me, if they tend to be a younger person in their 20s, when they've maybe just gotten out of the house or something like that, they're very idealistic, I guess is what you'd call this person. Very idealistic. So, okay, so at least for some of you, they will have blue eyes, and they will have dimples. That's nice. I love somebody with dimples. Okay. So oh wow, this is all about the face. They've got great teeth. Okay. Oh, look at that. And this is interesting. They've got a great butt and legs. Nice legs. Okay. Oh, And this is something that I really like. Hands. Their hands. That's something that you really notice. Wow. That's beautiful. All right, so it's interesting that I saw this person at the beginning with all the sand and stuff, because this is a shell here. So it feels like this person has a real affinity for water, for beaches, which might be really great in terms of if you want to go on vacations around there. Maybe this person would have like a beach house or something like that. But this person is definitely going to take you for a ride. Okay, now the last thing I want to do is do the initials for this person. Okay, so we're going to first do the first initial. Okay, here we go. R, F, P. Okay, R, F, P. And then the last letter, Q, I. Well, that's interesting. Q, I, F. A Q, an I, or an F for the initials for this person, okay? So I think I've got everything that I wanted to tell you about this person coming in group 2. And as always, this is your decision. This is your life. And if you decide to take a pass on this person after something happens, I mean, this is all up to you. This is not set in stone. And by the way, you are whole without a relationship. You are already whole. You're already wonderful and lovely. You do not need to have a relationship to be whole, okay? So thank you so much, Gypsies. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Bye. Hi, Gypsies. This is group 2. You chose the Jack Go to Bed at Noon pouch. This is a pick a card reading. This is about your next relationship. We're going to look at their hidden and unhidden characteristics, where they are right now emotionally. We're going to look at their initials and their appearance. Okay, so it's going to be pretty detailed. Let's go ahead and check inside our pouch and see what we've got here. Okay, there's our tarot cards. All right, so let's see. Oh, this is a pretty stone. I always like this one. It's a purple and green one. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Wow. It's a green ruby zoisite. So that would definitely talk about why it's 2 different colors. Let's see. Also, okay, it is an amazing natural mineral combination. Ruby is a stone of courage and strength, purges any fear or anxiety. And green zoisite is the energy, produces growth and fertility. That makes a lot of sense. This sounds like with this person, it's going to be a roller coaster ride, because it sounds like they do not back down from a fight. And it sounds like they're very much into growing things, and actually it feels like this is also a very earthy kind of person, which I think is great. Oh, and with this looks like a pot. This looks like a plant pot. Isn't that interesting? All right. And this right here, this is a natural bead, and it's, do you see on the back, it's got a very distinct dark color and then light color around it. So it almost feels like this is this person, and through the sheer weight of their personality, they are like digging, they're just sort of jamming themselves in. They are almost forcing their way, what they believe in. They're just like, bam, I'm doing it, bam. So that's interesting. Strength of character, very strong person. This angel here, it feels like this person has got some strong angelic beings around them to protect them, because I feel like this person could have passed a number of times, but because they've got this protection, it didn't happen. Yeah, this is somebody that barrels right through life, I'll tell you what. Okay, let's go ahead and do a channel, okay, and see what comes up. Ooh. Okay. I felt this person. This person is strong. Not necessarily weightlifting, but just they don't bend. And I saw like this field of wheat, and they were in the field of wheat. The wind was blowing, and they were just as straight as an arrow. They were not bending at all. And I felt, but I also saw myself going up to this person, even though I didn't see their face, but and sort of like a vine climbing around them, because this person, you can't like move easily, so you sort of go on top of them and around them like that, like a vine. Does that make any sense? That's how you're with them, is to be like a vine. Anyway, let's look at what their emotional state right now. Okay, hope. Wow. Okay, it's funny too that this is you see this card looks like this stone. You've got the blue and then you've got the green. Oh, that is interesting. Wow. So it feels like they've got a project in mind, and their hope is really strong. Do you see how even though it's hope, like you're not sure, this person is ramrod straight in this picture. So so this is something they really want, but through the sheer weight of their personality, they're more likely as not to get this, whatever it is they're looking for. It feels like some kind of a grant. I'm hearing a grant, at least for some of you with this person. They've done everything that's necessary. Now they're just waiting. But boy, this ray of hope is so strong. I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of person would just get mostly everything that they want in life. They're just that kind of person. Now, this is an aspect of their personality that you would notice. Okay? Page of Swords. Now, one thing about this card, one of the things that I'm getting strongly, and especially when I saw this, the sheer force of this person's personality, there will be periods in their life that they are not going to just be able to barrel through and have it work. Sometimes it will work, but sometimes it won't. And this might be somebody that will be very surprised. And that's why they've got this guardian angel too. But this is somebody that it has got causes in mind. They think they know the way to make this work. They're just bam, 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 like a battering ram. And they might have to learn eventually that sometimes a soft touch is better. This is somebody that's just boy, they are just used to just doing it maybe sort of the hard way, okay? And actually, that's what this feels like. Even with this right here, you know, you've got the purple and the green. And the green to me, because green and pink is for the heart chakra, but you've got this other color which is about courage and strength, the purpley kind of color. So you've got you've got the green color, which is like love and lightness and all that, but then you've got the purple color that's like strength, power, you know, this too, you've got the two different shades in there. It's just with this person, it's light and dark, light and dark, you know, light and dark. It's just bam, bam, bam. So just keep that in mind. There's somebody that's just used to using strength to get their way, and sometimes it's not going to do it. Sometimes it's not going to work. Now this is the shadow part of their personality. Knight of Pentacles, and this is upside down. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Now with this card, with this Knight of Pentacles, one of the things that you might notice eventually anyway, and it's sort of hidden at first, is this person may lack a little bit of discipline, okay? So they may just, you know, as I say, just be ready to just jump in. That's why they've got these angels around them, okay? So it may be, if you're a good fit for this person, you can point this out to them. You can let them know with a little bit of planning and a little bit of patience what they want could happen a lot easily and easier if they just sort of paused and thought about what they were doing and had a little bit of a plan. Okay, so that might be something that you could bring into the relationship should you so decide on taking this person on. Because as I say, this is up to you. This is not set in stone. This is about a future, and you can certainly change the future. You are not a pawn. You can do what you feel like you need to do, you know, at this point in your life. Now, this person, let's look a little bit at their appearance. They've got blue eyes, if you're a fan of blue eyes. You like the way they smell. Isn't that interesting? You love their arms, and they wear glasses. At least for some of you, they're going to be wearing glasses, and they've got a small nose. Okay. And this is interesting. They've got dimples. If you like dimples, which I do, I think it's really cute. All right, so let me see if there's anything else in here. Yeah, there's the Hangman. And they're talking about how this person, if you decide to get in a relationship with them, they might listen to you and sort of alter their methods a little bit about how they decide to get things. They might alter that. And that's a great thing that you could bring to the relationship. Let's see. Now let's look at their first initial and see what we come up with there. A, F, S, A, F, S, and that is their first initial. Okay, my pen is not writing. Okay, A, F, S. Now let's look at the initial for their last name. P, B, E. P, B as in boy, and E as in Edward. Okay? All right. And let me see if I've got anything else to tell you. No, I think that's everything. All right. Well, Gypsies, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. and you have a great day. I'll see you for the next video. Bye.